For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
Good morning, good morning.
For the record, baby. What's up, brother?
Are you running?
In place. my shoulder's out from yesterday, just screwing around for a little bit. What's up, man?
Hey, I gotta say it, man. I'm proud of you, bro. You went and got yourself a freaking stand, so you don't have.
I'm always. Well, I mean, listen, man. I lost my stand, and I didn't have any sense of urgency to go get one, so I apologize. But now I have one with really cool changing lights, bro. Now I got my light all screwed up. I don't even know what to choose anymore. So what's up, buddy? Whoa, look at that. Right.
Man, just I started this new workout program this week with Jenny Zarantini and Tiffany, my wife. We do it together. And I am sore and I'm tired and yeah.
Look at you, bro. Get to work out with beautiful women all day. That's fantastic, bro.
Wow. And look, I look over her, I'm like, this bitch really doing 10s and I'm doing 15s.
Your wife and Jenny are like, boom, boom.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh God, what's going on right now?
I'm emasculated.
Listen, and it's all good, but like sometimes I'm like,
hey, but you know what, dude? You're doing it, like you're doing it, you know. And I will tell you that I invested in a cleanse, and I'm starting I was supposed to start this week. That didn't happen. So, and everyone's like, oh, why are you waiting to start? Because that's just a mental thing. I want to be prepared to start it. You know what I mean? So I'm starting on Monday too, because Doc said I got to drop about 25, 30 pounds. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, buddy.
It's just starting. It's starting. That's the hardest freaking part, you know? It's like you everything. It's like, oh, well, see what happened was, and
Yeah.
And
I mean, you know what, dude, isn't that for anything in life, right? Mm-hmm. It's starting, right? It's even starting on your business, starting in life, starting a hobby, changing your life physically. It's starting. I used to run a lot, believe it or not. I used to actually be physically fit. And I would tell everyone the hardest part is putting on your shoes, right? That was the hardest part, was putting on the shoes. And then I remember like the first mile going, what am I doing? This is just the worst. Mm-hmm. And then like mile and a half, 2 miles, you're feeling fantastic. So, and what was that, dude? What was on your chair there? It threw me all off.
Sorry, it's a black shirt, man. I'm like, what? It's throwing me off. I was like, why is this not even? What's going on? I don't know, man.
You started moving and touching stuff. I'm like, what's happening?
Sorry, I seen this over here, and I was like, is it over here? And I was like,
I thought it was like a cat, like you had a cat on your shoulder or something. So
no cats in my house. Mm-mm.
I do know that we've had a great week so far, pretty cool week. I do know that today we have the up-and-comer who will eventually be a legend, although already is a legend, Drake Mailhot. Drake Exotica is on with us today, so I'm super excited about that, bro. Super excited.
Yeah, the drainage king.
The drainage king, the landscaping king, entrepreneur, public speaker, motivational speaker. And, honored to say, I'm going to be able to say I knew him when. You know what I mean? I knew him when. And I know Drake's going places. He puts himself in front of the right people, does things for the right reasons. So, yeah, looking forward to having him on today, man.
Yeah, let's if you guys are jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here.
Yes.
I know we have Brandon Withers here. Good morning.
Brandon, my boy. Brandon, Miss Amanda,
good morning to you. And we have, hold on, let me see what this one is.
Who's that?
I'm trying to figure it out. Marcia. Good morning, Marcia.
Marcia. Dude, Marcia's killing it with the TikToks, bro. She does the one with the big ginormous head that I think, and she's like, and her mannerism, she's like, bro, blah, 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 and she's doing, it's good. It's perfect. But it's
the best.
People are watching it. I'm watching. I think it's funny.
Yes. Marcia says he's already a legend. Jen Verge, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to the Virginita.
And then Lisa Hannon, good morning to you.
Mrs. Grout, we love you, Mrs. Grout. How are you?
All right, we got one more, and I'm going to bring Drake on so he can join in the festivities. We got Herbert Gray.
What's up, Mr. Herbert Gray? How are you?
Herbert Gray. He is Mr. Shirt King.
Love it.
And then we have one more is Christian LeBron. What's up, my friend?
Wait a minute. He couldn't pay for this advertising. It's perfect timing. Perfect timing with that, bro. Right there.
Yes, sir. And then we have somebody.
You see these, Justin? You see this right here? These two little suckers will be at Halloween. Who's gonna sport those this year, huh? Little Star Wars lot we're gonna be doing. You want to bring on the Drake man? Let's bring him on.
Yeah. Christian Braun says he got some money for you for the Guardian program.
Yes, I love it.
And Herbert says, people, please tell people to get their shirts there. People, pick up your damn shirts.
Yes. Oh, because Herbert did the LFG shirts, right? Is that correct? Yeah. So we have the LFG, which means Let's Friggin' Grow shirts. Herbert did them. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That was James that said that, by the way.
I don't know.
If you guys want your names produced on the screen next to your comments, there's a little thing that up top above this post, I believe, right at the bottom where you can click on and give us permission to put your name out there.
Yes. So, yes.
All right. So I'm going to bring Mr. Drake Mailhot on.
There he is.
There he is.
I want to do that.
I can't sit down and do these. I gotta be up and get some energy.
I need more space. Oh man, look at that.
I'm in a corner.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa, no jumping jacks.
You said you're working out.
Yeah, I know, but not right now. We're not. I almost left.
So no, it is. It is hard getting. It is hard getting the shoes on in the morning. Before kids, I used to go 7 days a week for 2 hours. Monica wouldn't see me, and I was like 2:30. But as soon as those kids came, I didn't need to work out no more because I had to chase them, pick them up. You know, that bicep got strong holding them like this. Those mom muscles are no joke.
Yep.
Seriously.
All right, Drake. So listen, man, for those that don't know you, let's hear the story. Let's hear where you're from. Let's hear what you're all about, man. Just tell us who Drake Exotica is.
Okay, so like right off the rip, South Georgia, that's where I'm from. Always grew up in a small town. Like when I say small town, I lived on the outskirts. I was born in Columbus, Georgia, but I lived on the outskirts in a one red light town. And you know, it just never felt like it did feel like home, but it didn't feel like home. And it's like, you know, like I got to get out of this place. I got to go find something. There's stuff out there for me. And so that's when I started like kind of traveling around, running the streets. I was never home. I was always out staying and going on an adventure or something. I always had a plan. And then when I came to Tampa, Florida, and I've been landscaping my whole life, you know, I never planned on going into landscaping or the motivational speaking. Drake Mailhot as a person is just getting it any way he can and like going out and figuring it out, going and just doing the best he can. You know, if you look at I have an old YouTube page, Drake Mailhot on YouTube. It's not the one I use now, but like if you go watch the first videos that I speak for like 2 hours in my kitchen with a foggy camera, terrible audio, my speaking skills, I just figured it out. And so with the kids coming along, I never wanted kids. Like most people don't know that. I never wanted kids. I always wanted to, you know, have my own selfish time. But once the kids came, it kind of projected me to the next level, made me be real efficient with my time. And again, just figuring it out. Like, y'all, I don't have a college degree. I never paid attention in school. I literally just look at people and like, wow, that looks like that works. And then I try to implement it. I call myself the Dennis Rodman of business because Dennis Rodman could not shoot outside of 15 feet of basketball. And he won championships because he rebounded. That's all he did. He did what he was good at. And so for me, it's just figuring it out any way I can, being a positive attitude, motivated, doing the best I can, being an idiot on video, it's very hard for me to act like that on video. Like that is a job. And so when the weekend comes, like everybody sees this side of Drake Mailhot. When the weekend comes, I like to just chill out with my family. You don't see me post a lot on the weekends. And if you see me posting, it's literally to work my business. All my posts are strategically to work my business because, again, I don't have a college degree. I'm not the smartest in the room, but I'm going to do the best at what I'm good at, and that's going to figure it out. And that's just kind of the gist of Drake Mailhot.
Nice. Listen, man, a lot of people, they, especially my generation as a Gen Xer, that was, if you didn't go to college, you were a friggin' loser. Like that's what we were instilled in our head. It was, Justin, am I wrong? That was in our head.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much,
Right. That's what we were told. And at the end of the day, Drake, let me tell you, I've said it before, shameless plug. I put it in my book. I went to 6 colleges, guys. 6 colleges. And when I mean, I traveled the United States, Nebraska, South Carolina, Georgia, Wisconsin, right? And I went to school for the wrong reasons. I went to school because I wanted to play football. I got hurt. I got injured. I wasn't comfortable where I was. I moved around a lot. And oh my gosh, did I have fun? Oh, did I have fun? Because I had a hell of a college experience. But at the end of the day, let me tell you what my father told me. My father told me, he goes, you know what? I never really, he goes, if you got a piece of paper, cool. If you didn't, and that's okay, because I knew you were going to gain so much experience and learn who you really were when you got to school, when you got to college, man. And that was my college experience. It was learning to adapt. When in Rome, right? Like all of those things happened to me when I was in school. If I didn't have that experience, I probably wouldn't be as far where I was today, man. So it's okay, bro. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have that piece of paper. It doesn't matter, man. Unless, listen, there's nothing wrong with education. I'm not downing education. Doctors, lawyers, attorneys, like I get it, and we need those people. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just don't, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur and own your own business,
Yeah, I like how you say that, the experience. It's not about the piece of paper, it's the experience, and that's pretty much how it is with business and life. And it's all the experiences, Drake, you just said, like, you can look at somebody and then figure it out. Like you can implement some things. Just watching people. I'm a people watcher too. Like if I see you do something, I'm going to figure it out. Like no matter what, if I see something that intrigues me, I'm that guy that's going to go get it no matter what. I don't have a college degree. I didn't even have a diploma up until this year. I went,
but you do now, baby.
Yeah,
but you do now.
Congratulations. But I didn't need it. Like what am I gonna do? Look at this thing. Ooh, man, it's gonna make me a lot of money. No, it's not. It's literally, I learned a lot more in life skills without it. And like that piece of paper, it's like so important to people, but it wasn't important to me, and it wasn't something that, like, in drywall, you don't need that thing. Hey guys, check it out. I'm the boss. See this diploma? You know what I mean? Back up, and so, it's so important, but it's not, because we learn a lot more from experiences through life and business. Like you learn a lot, So
something I want to touch on really quick, Drake, and I'm not going to go into the whole story, how you and I meet, how we met all the time, although I love that story. I do want to say what I've recognized from the time I met you to who you are now is a completely different person. And I mean that in the greatest, most respectful way ever. I've watched you become a man. I've watched you just own it, bro. You've owned it. I've watched you start your own group. For me to watch POL, professionals of landscaping, thrive, and people coming to see you, and you recognizing and the void. There was a void that needed to be filled, especially in your industry. And to me, you become a dominant player in your industry so very quick because you put yourself out there, because you broke out of your shell. So I want you to touch on that, man. Professionals of landscaping, what you do, where you meet, how often you meet, and all that stuff.
So, right, one more thing before we go into that. What's funny is, like, my teacher, Susan Ellis, my chemistry teacher, she messages me all the time, and she tells my parents back home that, Drake really changed my mindset about the college degree thing. And that's humbling. And, when I'm out here and as I transition into a man, like, I have my own selfish ways. I am not perfect. We all have our own demons.
We all have issues.
Yeah, I just pray that the bigger the company gets, the bigger the name brand gets, the bigger name brand. Like Drake's a brand kind of now. I hope that I just stay on God's path. Like that I'm humbled and don't get lost. And like when I do my public speaking, I try not to say I and me, and especially in the professionals of landscaping, because it's not I and me. I understand when I started that group, I saw it was started for two reasons. One was because we were losing money at the beginning of our business. We failed a lot. I mean, probably like $250,000 failure. Like I was so scared. Like we hit a rough patch, and we were looking at bankruptcy. Right before COVID, and that was like an ego thing. It's like, oh my gosh, like I got this name out there, and people are gonna think I'm a joke because I got to file bankruptcy. Like, what a loser you are! Like I'm beating myself up. But I was like, what if we had a group where all these pain points that everybody's going through in my industry, because every landscaper goes through the same thing. Most of us started because we didn't go to college. And so I figured out like, hey, let's all meet. First person I asked was Dave Luke. Dave Luke, I respect him. He's like, somebody said the godfather of landscaping. That is exactly what he is. Like I take a lot of what Dave Luke does and implement in my business, but I saw what he was doing and I asked him right away. I was like, hey, will you come to this meeting? And, he offered a lot of content. And then like it was 6 people. And we started also to help struggling restaurants through COVID. And, for starting it for the right reasons and not ego is, I think, the reason why it blew up. And I mean, it's just turned into this monster. It's like 70 people are expected to come to this next meeting. And for landscapers to work all day and then turn around on a Thursday and come to a meeting, like some of them believe in me more than I believe in me. And like, that's just humbling. And like, it's great. We're helping each other. We're passing money. Most of us had to cut out our friends because of those old demons. And now we're friends. We're business partners. We're consultants with each other. And it's just God kind of moving. I'm just kind of steering the ship, and it's God's ship. So it's awesome, dude. It is really taken off. If you're interested in coming every last Thursday of the month at Captain Jack's, 6:30 open networking, 7 o'clock hard start, and we kind of start the meeting agenda to have a little bit of structure.
Yeah. Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
I've actually attended that meeting and it was really well structured. So I have to give you props, man, because it's pretty cool. That thing grew, and what? I mean, how long have you been doing it for?
It grew. So first meeting, like 6 people. Second meeting was like 12 people. Then back to like 8 people. Then it went 15. Then it went 20. Then it went 30. Then it went 40. Then it went 52. Back to 30. Then it was the last meeting had 65 people, which it was cool.
I want to say. Oh, sorry. I would say one thing is like being consistent, no matter how many people show up, is the key to keep going. That's how you build things. You might have, anything you build, it takes time. And some people will quit before the miracle happens, and it's something that kudos to you, because like you didn't quit, you kept going. It doesn't matter if one person showed up. You just keep going, and eventually it's going to attract. You keep talking, keep doing it over and over, because consistency is key no matter what you do, and building things, just like your business, just like anything you build. Thank you, because we're going to have Jordan at the next month's meeting at the end of the month speaking about, the video, man. And I think that's very important, just like that, consistency, yeah.
I was honored. Drake invited me actually to speak at one of his meetings, and I was very honored to be there and see all the people in the same industry just willing to work with one another, help each other out, and they're just they're willing to take nuggets. And listen, Drake, people are going to go there, and some will just come and stay and sit in the background and not engage very much, and then some will really engage. And I'm honored you came. He's a part of our Hub Pro group now, so thank you, Drake, for being a part of that. Drake came yesterday, and you saw Drake, like, people show, and then there's people that don't show. People interact, and there's people that don't interact. It's okay, because the people that are in the back that are quiet, trust me, they're listening. Mm-hmm. They're analyzers. They're people that just sit back, they take it all in, and then they'll implement it when they feel it's time to implement it. So no matter what, you're changing their lives, bro. They might not be as engaging in your group. They might not like every single thing that Drake makes a video of, but they're watching you, brother. And make no mistake, you are changing lives, brother. Like, and to me, and I said that in our meeting yesterday, what the hell else reason is there? That is the impact that I think's been bestowed upon us. It's our responsibility within this community to not just hit up that next generation, to also possibly hit the generation that's now and the generation that is before us, to help them change their mindset as well, because they were taught a certain mindset, just like we were taught, hey, you're a loser if you don't go to college. It's the same shit. So let us be impactful, and let us change that, man. So I see what you're doing, Drake. Everyone sees what you're doing, man. I can't tell you how everyone yesterday was like, dude, Drake's here, bro. It was like, Drake's in the room. That's a cool feeling, buddy, isn't it?
It's a great feeling. Thank you for the kind words too. When my mom went to the Gulf Harbors beach in a Southern Landscape Solutions truck, and the front guard's like, you need your address, to get in here. And then she looks at the truck and she's like, are you Drake Mailhot's mom? And we had no idea who she was, but it's just like, it is humbling, but it's cool and making an impact. But one thing about that meeting, and for everybody that's on this call, it's hard to get your shoes on to go to the gym. It's hard to implement these ideas, but just implement them. They don't have to be perfect. Don't make video content and say it's got to be perfect for me to put it out there. Don't have an idea and say I got to have my business plan. Don't get ready to get ready. Just throw it out there and see if it sticks. That's again, figuring it out, failing forward. One thing with drainage, like I'm the drainage king, but the first drainage job I did, I put the Y connectors backwards, which would have backwashed the apartments. And like the guy went out there and said, what's this? They're backwards. I'm like, I had no idea what I was doing, but like slowly over time, we went and made it right. And every job that if we made a mistake, we went and made it right. And we just kind of fell forward into knowing how to operate drainage. So again, if you have a great idea, don't sit on it, because somebody else will come up with it. Just throw it out there.
Dude, speed of implementation. That's that guy right there taught that to me. And it's very important because, dude, I'm telling you, as soon as you're thinking it and not like, oh, well, next thing you know, you see it on Facebook. No, and it's true, because that's how fast the society rolls and the way things move, and it, like, we always want to be perfect. We want everything to be like, oh man, and I don't like that. I don't like the way I talked. I stuttered a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and we'll scratch the whole video from a stutter, right? But we build the messages there. It's like, what are we trying to put out there? And real authentic is what people enjoy. They connect with you on your realness, not on your make-believe fantasy land. And that's why Hollywood's dead. You know what I mean? Hollywood is dying because they don't want to see the prima donna. It's just like, you ever heard that song, the Victoria's Secret song, with it's a guy in whatever, you know what I mean? Listen, it's true. Like, they want you to like all.
I have 3 daughters, bro. I've heard that song.
I'm sure you did. It's on it's everywhere. But but it's true. Like, it's an old guy that makes you think that this is like what it's supposed to be. Or it's like the image. In all
defense, the CEO of Victoria's Secret, he's also a genius, because at the end of the day, bro, it's sex sells. And that's where this all began. That's where this started. Let's make no mistake. I'm not going to go the whole fat shaming thing and all that. I'm not even getting into that stuff. Women are beautiful no matter what. Men are beautiful no matter what. I'm not even going to get into that. But that's what that was. That was a man that said, hey, man, we need to fill a void. Let's come up with some sexy lingerie. But look what they've done in the past 3 years with their models, with their marketing. It's not just slim, beautiful, V women. It's women of all sizes. So they made the adjustment. Like, it might be, I don't think it's too late, because women love Victoria's Secret just as much as men do. But at the end of the day, like, they've adjusted very, very quickly, because you had to, because of society. Because the truth is this, guys. Listen, I am no poster boy of health by any means, but 80% of society, Google it, 80% of society is obese. That's a problem. So it's either you're going to adapt and only hit that small little section of skinny, beautiful people, or you're going to market to everyone. So they changed their marketing strategy pretty quickly. Just saying. It's business. Well,
they're geniuses. They're business geniuses, no matter what, So, I mean,
it's so crazy, as like, there is like a sense of, there is a little sense right now of like, people are a little scared to buy right now. And now is that time for us to be Victoria's Secret. Change a little bit of what you're doing. Figure it out. Like, just like cater to a different. I used to have like tons of jobs come in, but we kind of got a little tighter. So I had like two major jobs. So I have a saleswoman that looks at drainage jobs. I look at like the larger landscaping jobs. I had two landscaping jobs I looked at this week, where in the past it'd be like 8, but it's 2 large jobs. So if I can keep just those 2 large, I don't need 15 of those. And like, it's very scary catering to that clientele because they're still few and far between, but you almost create this customer that's yours, and that you cater to only that customer. So you're getting all of those customers. So as time is like changing, and if you're like worried about this and that and sales and marketing, you got to just tweak it. Just tweak it. Everybody just tweak it. If you ain't doing videos, do the damn videos. I don't cuss often in public. I do cuss. Like, I'm a landscaper. I cuss a little bit, but do the damn videos. Like, just like, if you want to do videos and you're complaining about marketing,
that's it. That's your new T-shirt, bro. That's your new T-shirt. Do the damn video. Do the damn video. And listen. Yeah, ready? Here we go. Ready? Advice for everyone. Listen. People with money will always have money. They're smart. They've made those decisions. You should be marketing to affluent developments. I say this everywhere. I'm going to tell you now. People pay thousands of dollars for this information. Get your video. Specifically talk to that development. Reagan, what's an example? Here's an example. Let's use Hyde Park in Tampa. Specifically make a video talking to Hyde Park. Hit on things that are in Hyde Park, right? Do the video where you're literally in downtown Hyde Park and you're showing everything. Guess what, folks? Then you radius market that video over Hyde Park every single day. Guess who they're going to call, folks? You. Hey, Newport Richie, Trinity. You want to talk to Bexley Manor? You want to talk to friggin' Starkey Ranch? Specifically talk to those people. Touch on something, one in Rome, like what's familiar with the neighborhood. Literally do a video in the neighborhood. Radius market it over that every single day. You will get business. And I will say this, again, I said it yesterday, Facebook is not the end-all, say-all. It's not. You have to work everything, guys. Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, networking, B&Is, chamber events. Be everywhere and be omnipresent. Please speak on that, Drake. I would love to hear your opinion.
You know what? I'm super excited. Actually, I was sitting here ready. My grandma always said, I'm sitting on ready. You know, I love that. But if you saw me yesterday on, what's that road that runs along Starkey, like all the way to like Ridge or something like that? What's that road called? Is that Starkey Boulevard?
The Cubular or Starkey?
Starkey Boulevard.
I guess it'd be Starkey. If you saw me at Starkey yesterday jumping off in a retaining pond and video, y'all, please excuse me, but so a while back, I stood in a public place because I don't know what the rules are on this, but I stood in front of Eastlake Woodlands. I stood in front of Boot Ranch. I stood in front of Starkey, and I did a little sign. I got the worst handwriting. I did with drainage problems, and I posted all three of those communities. That picture just blew up. It reached I think it reached like 14,000 people, where I've done pictures before that didn't reach into that. So yesterday I stood on the sidewalk because I don't know what the rules are on filming at Starkey or whatever, but I know that there's a lot of major drainage issues there. So I did a video in front of Starkey. I said, often homeowners don't know who fixes drainage. I didn't know who fixed drainage before I did drainage. So I said, hey, Starkey, if you need help, we'll do it. I did it in front of the sign. And then also I jumped into the trench later on in the video. But like, two things there. I was trying to attract the Starkey homeowner to let them know, hey, we're here to help if you need anything, consultation, whatever, with this wetness in your yard. Then I tried to do a little bit funny, but I built that around that location because I knew the problems they have. If you know the problems that they have and you can market on that area and drop that pin on there when you go to push or boost an ad, I think it's genius, Reagan. I think it's genius. And also, I've recently dedicated getting back to networking. If you have hot spots in your area where you make a lot of money, your people, go network with those people, build those relationships, and don't go to just take. Do not go to just take. Everybody knows if you're a used car salesman. I call them used car salesmen because they're there to tell you about their service. They don't give a dang about what you do. Ask the person what they do first. Work in your head. If you can't find a referral instantly for them, find their referral partner. Mine's Pool Builders. So if I connect with every pool builder in Tampa Bay, I'd never have to look for work again. If you can't connect them with an instant referral, connect them with an instant referral partner. That is the biggest networking tip I can have. That's the secret sauce to everything. Do for others, and they will give back in full circle. It's a farming thing. It's not a hunting thing. It will take some time to water your crops.
Definitely. And I will say that you have to be successful people do what others won't. And just like you going out in front of in the backyard of your freaking house and doing like a freaking angel, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this dude's nuts.
My wife's video got 1,000 views just videoing me doing that. And I don't think any of her like videos get that many views, but like just doing that also pushed me a little bit, you know? So
yeah, and it's like you have to do things like that. And it's like, man, I don't know if I have if I would, but you seen an opportunity and you jumped in it literally. And that's it. That's what's up. That's what it's about. Your speed of implementation, you see an opportunity, you jumped on it. And that's why you are successful. You know what I mean? In what you do. We have Luke on here. He says, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. My phone has stopped ringing as much. And I've noticed that they aren't trying to spend what they were a year ago. I have to adjust. And that's something that like adjusting. Okay. We evolve as people and in business, no matter what. We always are evolving as human beings. Like where I am today is not where I was when I was 30 something. And then not when I was 20 something or in my teens. We're always evolving as people. Every year we evolve. We learn new things. We adapt. We overcome. We have failures. We have lessons. We have this, we have that. We mature. Just like in business, our business matures, right? So we have to put these new ideas, these new things in our business in order for it to work. Old ideas will not bring us new prospects, period. They will not.
I'm going to say it again, guys. I'm sure you've heard me say it. If you were great, you better be now phenomenal. If you were phenomenal, you better be now superb. You always have to level up. In today's world, you just can't. I mean, consistency is great, but consistency on the rise is even greater. And that's what everyone needs to lean in on and realize, okay, what I was doing worked, but what can I do to be better? Don't stop doing what worked, but how could you put yourself out there just a little bit more? You know, that's why Luke just said that, you know, the phone's not ringing, because every freaking buddy is watching the damn news and all they're doing is infiltrating negativity in your life. It's our responsibility as business owners and community leaders. Let me say this again. Business owners and community leaders to go against that mindset and tell everyone it's going to be okay. Listen, do we know everything? No, but let me tell you this, because I'm the old man now, right, guys? Like, I'm the old man. I've been through this. 2008, I've been through this. I watched my parents go through this as a young man in the 80s. I watched it happen again in the 90s. I've watched it. It always comes back. It dies and comes back. But Florida is different. Everybody is friggin' moving here. Everybody, everyone, it's mass exodus from everywhere else in this nation, and they're coming here, and that is your client. And I'm telling you right now, here, like, free advice. Ready? Go on every group. New Jersey moving to Florida. Yeah, there's a group called New Jersey moving to Florida. How about group this? California moving to Florida. Yep, there's a group called California. And get in those groups and say, hey, listen, when you come to our area, when you come to Tampa Bay, come see me. Come, let me help you. Let me show you where to move. Let me show you the great places. Let me tell you about the great restaurants. Let me tell you about the great beaches, and be the go-to person. That's who you need to be. Be the go-to person for everything and every need, not just the expert in drainage, but the expert in your community, right? That's like, I'm the expert in everything because I put myself in that position to be the authority because I put myself out there that many times. That's what everyone needs to be. And I'm telling you guys, hone in on it. Everyone always wants to say, oh, just look at my product. Look how fantastic my product is. But everyone does a fantastic product. What are you doing more? Help that person. All they care about is what you can do for them. Period. End of story. What's the question?
Question is, many business owners want to network, but they find themselves hand-tied because they also have to operate. How do you build a team that you can trust to run things with the quality and standards that you expect?
Dude, I have so much failure around this. It's ridiculous. I have hired people that have tried to take my customers. I have hired people that have taken my company card and went and bought beers on it. You just, first of all, you just have to get off the truck. And you just say, I'm not going back. I am not going back. One job that you have to complete is not more important than the team you have to build. And this is another thing, like the whole employee things and not being able to find employees. Like in my head, it's like, okay, Walmart has enough employees to at least stay open. Why can't I find enough employees to fill my team? Consistently looking for employee group interviews. I do group interviews once a month. My team already has it on their schedule. They do group interviews, whether we need people or not. So we keep a motivated list of team members. And again, you just have to hire and figure it out. You're going to go through failure, and you're probably going to go through a couple people. Also, Garen Angel. I heard this man say this one time, and I loved it. I loved it. Somebody stood up and said, well, how am I going to find somebody that does as good a job as me? Well, first of all, there's people out there that will do a better job than you. You're not the best at what you do. More like there's somebody out there better. But if you can get them just to do 80%, that's all you need. You set up the systems and operations, SOP to help with that, but also pay more. Pay more. It's worth more money. Whatever you think that position's worth, bump it up a little bit more. You have to look at the market and be above the market. And so just get off the damn truck. Howard and me, so Howard is my business partner. That's my dad. I told him, I said, I just got to go figure it out. And I stumbled into networking, and networking let me know that I didn't need to be on the truck. You can be a technician in your company, or you can be an owner. I'm still a technician and doing the landscape designs and building out these programs, but I am carefully building out an SOP for that to work my way out. So hopefully that answers a couple of those questions. A couple of those points.
Yeah. Definitely. Got to get out of the truck because you can't grow while you're still in it, because you hit your ceiling. The truck is your ceiling. So you have to get past that and get in. And listen, that's that same thing with the video. We all want to be perfect. We want everything, and we sit here and project into this, like they're never going to do a better enough job. Well, I thought the same way. I am that guy. You know what I mean? That's like, oh my God, nobody's ever going to do it. Man, frustration. Because man, I've been doing this for 24 years in the drywall industry. Like, where I was at 4 years, I have no clue what that's like because I evolved into the 24-year realm. Now I've had all those failures, all those, successes too, like all of it I've learned as I went. Now I stop people from growing as well by sitting there in that truck. Now I'm sitting in that truck being a micromanager and dictating what these people are doing when they should be growing as well and learning for themselves, because I can't teach you to learn if you don't fail. I can't do that. And that's something I had to learn too, because I've always been a one-man band and always had one helper, and it was killing me. Like it was literally, I was going buck wild. Like I would do phone calls, estimates. I would do the work. I would do this. I would do that. I'm doing it all. And I don't want to freaking take any risks and let somebody else do some stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. And let them fail. Yeah. You're going to have a couple of hiccups. Like right now I have my guys doing work, and I'm not doing the work. I'm doing estimates, and I'm doing, helping them along the way. And there's been some hiccups, man. And sometimes I'm like, oh, anxiety. Oh boy. And it sucks, man. It really does. And sometimes we have to, but they're learning right now. How many times did I do that? You know what I mean? Yeah.
We all are going to have that issue, go through those issues, especially giving up the reins. Like we've had that discussion multiple times. At the end of the day, Drake, you're doing what you have to do right now. I had a discussion with Marcia the other day. Mrs. HR, love you, Marcia.
Speaking of which,
and Drake, I say this respectfully, right? You're still very youthful, right? And you are in that position where you still have to work and still put yourself out there. And still dabble in the business, but network at the same time. But I'm telling you, you're this close to just strictly working on the business. You are this close, and I envy that, bro, because I'm 44 years old, and I didn't learn that until very much later on in life. And I'm like, I gotta go. And although and I did in the business and the networking at the same time, and it drains you. Like it really, truly does drain you. But at the end of the day, man, you're this close. So hats off to you. Hats off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and again, going back to that, you have to change your business model. I was doing maintenance. I had 35 guys. We were doing only like 800,000 with 35 guys. Made the change and the adjustment to raise my ticket items. Listen, if you're struggling right now and your ticket items are low, you need to figure out how to raise them. And if your industry don't allow you to raise your ticket items, you might need to look at maybe in the future changing your business model. But now we have 12 guys. We do double the money with less work. And so, but that adjustment was scary. We had to take a big risk. We almost went bankrupt when we made that change because we didn't have the residual income of lawn maintenance paying the bills. But that is the scariest thing, to cut that off. I wear 3 hats in my company right now. I used to have somebody that scheduled my people, but they were missing a couple people, and that stressed me out. So I take the phone calls to schedule. I look at the landscape design projects, and then I do the networking and marketing. Got 3 hats to get out of. We're building out SOPs now. Reagan, thank you, buddy. We are that close to make that adjustment to get.
I get a ton of phone calls, Justin, as you know, on a daily basis of people just asking questions, advice, direction, and so forth. And what's crazy is exactly what we just talked about before on the news, and people are hitting, negative. People are like, hey, should I pull off of marketing? And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Should I pull off of double down, man? Like, this is your time to get in there, talk about your product 10 times more, talk about your services 10 times more, and combat the bullshit that you're hearing online and in the news, and talk about how everything's going great and the growth that we're still having in our state. So you got to put yourself out there. I'm not saying go spend tens of thousands of dollars on marketing, but you could sure spend virtual dollars. You're on putting yourself out there and making more video content, right? So don't stop marketing, guys. Please don't stop. I'm going to stop spending that $200 a month on Google. What? What? You're dead. It's over for you if that's your thought process. I'm going to pull off of social media. Why? Dude, do you know how much, Jake, I don't know if you remember this. I know Justin does. You know how much shit we got when COVID hit and we doubled down on Hub? Bro, you guys are so inconsiderate. So many people are going through so much right now. And I'm like, yeah, well, so are the business owners that might lose everything they've ever had to work their entire life. That's why, just like you, Drake, we help with restaurants, we help push business, and we help push other people's businesses. People's businesses thrive during COVID because of us collaborating together. And I've said that word so much, it might as well be tattooed across my friggin' forehead like friggin' Post Malone, and put collaboration, because I'm telling you right now, people forget to do it. And then they do it, and then they become successful, and they're like, I don't need to do it anymore. Don't stop doing it.
Yeah, it's complacency. What's work? But it's again, it's evolving. It's evolving into new ideas and new concepts of what's going to work for you. And never hold back from marketing. You should just try what's new. What can I do different? Be creative. Don't think, oh, that's dumb. Because that's a lot of time, man. We'll sit there and be like, oh yeah, that's probably not going to work. But just try it. See what sticks. Like Drake said, throw something against the wall. See what sticks.
Yeah.
Reagan, you've probably done that a million times in your lifetime, huh?
I've done quite a few things where I thought it was fantastic, and then I just went like this. Shit, I shouldn't have did that. In my mind, it was like, this is going to be the greatest. And I'm like, that sucks.
You know what I'm working on right now that I want to do is like the cardboard cutout thing. I love that was a thing. And I literally want to get a cardboard cutout. And I don't know what, of me doing what, but just stick it places and just panoramic view, and just boom, he's there.
So,
and so
as you know, it works. It works.
Go
ahead.
So like a fog machine. I got a fog machine. I thought about me sitting in the back of my truck with drainage piping and the tailgate coming down. It's got LEDs on it, and me just sitting there like a throne with the fog machine going. I'm just but you look at all these YouTubers. They do out their stuff, and then they put the clickbait on there. So what I got mowers left over from maintenance. Do I have to do a mower giveaway? Okay. Do I have to go build out the craziest water feature design with water coming out of an old Chevy truck or something. Like, what is it that I can do different that nobody's doing that people are like, oh my gosh, I got to turn off the news and I got to watch this video because it is just so out there and I got to see.
One thing, Drake, that you can't purchase is your charisma and Southern charm. And that is something that only you and you alone will have unless someone else is from your part of the state and you come to Florida and talk about
Uncle Scotty, if you ever met him. Uncle Scotty,
yes.
But
sucker.
Yeah, Drake, you got the $1 million smile, you got the charisma, you got the look. Own it, man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a gift that God gave you, and own it. You know, Justin's biggest thing. When I first met Justin, he was a recluse, you know, spider, hermit crab, whatever the hell else, tucked in a turtle shell. You were. He had a hard time putting himself out there. Now we can't get the guy to shut up, right? Because at the end of the day, there's talent in him that we all saw that he now sees on a daily basis. Same thing when I met you, Drake, and you're like, what the hell is this social media? Look, you're all over the place. You're all over the place. It's the best. It's the best. Dude, you don't understand. I love bringing you up just so I can do my Drake Mailhot.
No, well, there was like 3 advice back in that year that I met you. And one was, Drake, you need to make Facebook. Another one was Michael Carley, Top Notch Pest Control. He said, I'm going to this networking meeting. He's like, Drake, you got to wear a collared shirt. And like I understand you got a t-shirt, but you don't have to wear that all the time. Because I was a tucked in t-shirt with boots. I thought that was the most professional thing. But like now it's like I'll wear collared shirts. And now it's going to come, these crazy shirts are like my brand. And then also the third thing, I love to tell this story. I gave a speech to this networking group, and this Greek guy came up to me. He owns 5 Star Auto. I'll say it because I respect him so much. But he came up to me and said, Drake, that was shit. I said, I wanted to fight him. In my head, I was calm about it. But I'm like, dude, I would love to just beat your tail right now. But I took his advice and then I implemented the next speech, and it was phenomenal. But those 3 things are like people giving criticism and like giving feedback to advance your career. I took it. And then I just want to say one thing about the marketing. Turning off the faucet is what I call it. I wish I knew at the beginning of my early career that marketing and sales is the forefront of your business. Without them 2 things, operation don't mean crap, employees don't mean crap. Go market, go do sales. Even if you're not in business yet, go ahead and be planning your marketing and have it ready to go, or put it out there and start recruiting customers and clientele and followers and fans. So
it is the hub, for the lack of a better term. It is the hub of all business.
You know, I want to say one thing. It's like you just hit on is like those people that were put in your life to tell you that was shit, Drake. We need more people like that. We need the people that's not going to fluff my tail because, you know, of anything. I need people to tell me, hey, not doing it in a way that's not, you know, going to humiliate me or, you know, whatever. But like, it has to come from a place of goodness. You know what I mean? Not like, hey, you're shit because they're jealous of you or anything. But like some people, man, that respect you and want to see you do good, actually want to see you do good. They'll tell you it's shit. Reagan told me it's shit all the time. And I'm okay with that. Like, you know what I mean? But I run stuff past people because I want your honest opinion of what I'm trying to do here. Like, am I going to, you know, make my business look like shit, or is it going to be something good? Because it's all about presentation.
That's out of love, though. That is completely out of love. If I am telling somebody something, especially you, Justin, Drake, anyone that I'm close to, and although sometimes brash, that is straight out of love, and you need to do this because this is how you're perceived. My gift that I've been giving is to see how the outside world sees you. That is, I could see it in a second. I'm an empath. And I can pick up on things really quick. And a conversation that a lot of people don't want to have with their friends is image. Now, I always like to bring up the shit people don't like to talk about, Justin, just like I did it with SJ a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever the case it was. And this week, let's talk about that. Listen, Drake, you just talked about you went out in your jeans and a boots and a t-shirt. And although you probably looked like a stud, perception is everything. And you only have one chance to make a first impression. You only have one chance to make a first impression. And although I am, you know, here I am today in a hat and my dad's t-shirt from 1988. By the way, this is authentic and real from 1988, Mike Tyson. It's first impressions truly do mean everything. We are in a very judgmental world. I don't care, guys. You can sugarcoat it, say what you want. We're in a judgmental world. So you better show up to that job site with clean trucks and your tires shining. And you better have your freaking teeth brushed, and you better smell good. So I'm telling you what, you better put Scope or whatever the hell, Listerine and shit in your truck, okay? If you're smoking, stop, because it's just nasty as hell. People don't want to buy shit from people that smoke. I don't care what business you're in. They just don't. They're like, guys smell like ass. I don't want them in my house. It's true. No one wants to talk about it, but it's true. Also, like we talked about trucks, appearance, the way you look, comb your hair, get groomed, just do it. I'm telling you, no one wants to talk about it, but my friends in business, and I'm like, bro, really? Like, that's how you're going? Never. Keep it clean, baby. Always, right?
People are judgy as fuck.
Well, it's the truth. We all look like it is not shallow. We all look at that person and judge them based off appearance. You can't help it. But what kills me too is one thing that I see in business, like this opportunity right here. This opportunity to be on this podcast is huge for my brand, my business, and everything. Don't miss the opportunities.
Right.
Like, I understand sometimes not making it into an estimate because maybe but I go to every one of my estimates. I maybe reschedule 2, 3, 4 a year of estimates to go get my job, my business more money. And when you get an opportunity like something like this, I did a countryside free grace garden for them. Huge opportunity. Great for marketing. I love doing it. It made me feel good, but it also led to more work. Podcast. If you get the opportunity to speak, public speak, and you better have a little presentation. If I can give a presentation on my business, an 8-minute presentation at a moment's notice, because I have the agenda saved in my phone of the key points. Practice your business and don't tell them. It also, one more thing in public speaking. When you talk about your business, don't tell me how you make the sausage. Spencer Reynolds, owner of BNI Tampa, told me this. Don't tell me how you make the sausage. Just tell me how to introduce the people that need the sausage. Just introduce them. They don't care how you make it. So those are huge things. Like, don't go through your service and terms agreement. Don't tell me how you clean the carpet. Don't tell me how you plant the plant. People don't care about that. Just tell me what you're looking for, what makes you you, and then how you can be introduced to those people. Have those things ready and take advantage of these opportunities. I mean, we're being on here 52 minutes. I could do this all day. I love this.
Me too, man. Me too. And you know what? Yesterday I was at an estimate, right? I'm going to say this real quick. I was at an estimate, and this lady tells me, she's from Alabama, right? She says it has been industry standards trying to get somebody out to her place to do a kitchen and bath or whatever, to do these things up here in Hernando County, right? She says that we are not normal because we communicated so well and that we showed up. And then when we didn't, because we had a couple hiccups, like, I'm not going to lie, it happens, man. Like, we're human too, and it's okay. But communication is the key to success in a business, man. People just should have some respect. I want to be shown respect just as much as you want respect. So I need to make sure that I do everything possible to show you that I care about your job too, and that I want to help you, because it's about helping people, because you're a professional. You provide a service to help people, and they in turn give you money. That's just how it is. And these people were frustrated that nobody would show up. And they told us that we're not normal and we are just almost gods in this freaking industry. That's sad. That's freaking sad. So I was like, I know some people, you know what I mean, that will show up.
Let me blow up Reagan's head a little bit more. But
here we go.
Okay, so Reagan told me to put videos in the comments. It's been about 3 years. Videos in the comments. Somebody posted, I'm looking for lawn maintenance. Back when we did lawn maintenance on the hub. I think it was the hub. And I put hey, I forgot her name. Hey, Carrie, something like that. Hey, Carrie, we'd love to come out and check out your property. We'd love to be an open line of communication and be that maintenance company. It was Innisbrook for $400,000 a year. And also I sent him a video email to him because Reagan also gave me the idea. First of all, my grammar's crap. Again, I was terrible in English, but I sent a video to that board. They love me. They said we were so upset not to pick you. Like, it's okay, I didn't get it. Everything worked out. It's God's plan. But they were so upset because of my personality and how I did those extra steps.
Yeah.
They were like disheartening to tell me that. I mean, that's just, I mean, it's huge.
I would have preferred you got the job because I would have been like, yo, where's my Rolex?
Always with the Rolex. He's waiting. He's gonna get like 5
Bro,
one
that's
day.
dude, that's my ongoing joke, Drake. I have a joke with Marcia from Lighthouse HR and Justin, whoever for years. I'm like, did that work for you? So where's my Rolex?
Yep. You know, hey, you know what though, Drake, man, just you guys have like the perfect name for what you got going on between. And listen, I'm gonna say this. Your uncle is freaking like the epitome of Southern Landscape Solutions. Like, he is just the nicest guy. I've only met him a few times, bro. And he's just the nicest guy you'll ever meet. So personable, just a great, not saying anything about you, Drake. You're good too, man. But
I know, I completely understand. It's like eating like ice cream and pecan pie on a front porch in the South. That's what you think when you hear his voice. But that is
Yes. Have you ever said that before?
No, I just made it up. But y'all. So but listen, y'all. So my mom was my office manager, and now I've been taking her to my mom. Lisa is Uncle Scotty, Big Unc is what I call him, Big Unc's sister. And nobody's even met her. I'm trying to get her on video, but mom is, everybody loves my mom. She is 100% in closing customers when I take her to the estimate and she helps me with my designs. Now she's helping me with sales. I found a little, like, I'm out there using my mom. Like, I'm making her convert customers and she helps me. But like those two people in that atmosphere, I want to introduce that on video. I want to introduce that culture to y'all.
Yeah. Listen, Tiffany already seals the deal for me before I even arrive because they're just good, wholesome people, and that's what's up. But
Drake, before we leave, hold up, Justin. Before you give the good thing of the day, Drake, I want to see this video like next week, bro. People always ask us, what's it like to work with Southern Landscape Solutions? It's like ice cream on the front porch on a summer's day with a slice of pecan pie on the side. Done. Video.
Well, I actually am on rocking chairs. Rocking chairs are a must in that video. But one thing before I go to and talking about capitalizing the opportunity, I'll be 1 minute.
Good.
Full transparency. I have canceled on Jordan Lung twice. I just said the
I'm glad he said it.
Hey, listen, I literally I know him a little bit. Like, we've said hey here and there, but I respect that man so much. He is the Ferrari of his industry. But I have did that, and like, you don't know how in my head the missed opportunities, just like to get feedback from him and do that. Like, that's a huge thing for me. Like, in my head, but what's cool about Jordan, I know he understands when somebody's busy. He understands that, thank God. But still, like, I feel like, dude, credibility, boom, boom, boom. Missed opportunities. I don't want to do that. Don't cancel on people that you want to meet, you respect, and you think the world of. Do the best you can to get there. But again, I know when you got in this realm a circle, everybody's motivated. They understand when you're busy. They're not like your old friends that are like girlfriends and need that high maintenance time.
Yeah, no, and listen, Jordan's really forgiving. But it happens, man, especially with business, man. We all get there. So, so you're saying you want to reschedule. I got you. I'm going to send you out a calendar invite.
I didn't want to go to work that day. Trust me, I wanted to golf, and then golf with him would have been awesome. I'd love to get him and Reagan and you out there on the tip, but it will happen. I promise. Jordan, please forgive me.
Listen, I will tell you that is a mutually beneficial relationship. And I encourage that everyone find that mutually beneficial relationship, not just a one-sided relationship. Every time I talk to Jordan, it's great conversation. That man doesn't speak a cross word about anyone, just like you, Justin, just like you, Drake. That's who your circle needs to be. When you are in a room of people, when you just talk about growth of others, you're in the right room. When you're in a room of people that are talking shit about others, get the F out of that room because it's going to bring you nothing but chaos, man.
Exactly. So I got good vibes for this morning.
Good vibes. Let's see the good vibes.
Let's hit it. All right.
Let's see it.
All right.
The good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We you're all about the good vibes.
So we have this little league. This was a hold on, let me see if I can get this working correctly because it's a screen share and I'm not really good at this.
Quick side note: South Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, where I'm from, won the Little League World Series. I don't know the year.
All right. So the greatest moment in the history of sportsmanship, it happened in the very first inning of the Southwest Regional Championship. Two boys who, when they woke up this morning, only cared about one thing: get to Williamsport. Suddenly everything changed because in real life, things happen just like that. Things change in a heartbeat. Caden Shelton is a big man on the powerful Pearland team. Their big picture, their big hitter. Isaiah Jarvis is the shortstop on the scrappy Oklahoma team that had through incredible
perseverance.
Yes.
Made the championship game. One team has already been to Williamsport. The other has never been. The Pearland team scored 3 runs at the top of the first, but Oklahoma came right back at them in the bottom of the inning. They scored 2 runs and had a big rally going on. There was noise everywhere. Coaches were yelling for the pitcher, Shelton and the batter, Jarvis, battle, win, battle. Then it happened, a twist of fate. Shelton lost control of the fastball and hit Jarvis right in the helmet, and Jarvis fell in a heap at the home plate. Suddenly, nobody was thinking about Williamsport anymore. With Isaiah laying there and coaches and medical staff rushing prone body, Shelton kind of circled around in between home and the pitcher's mound. The stadium was silent. Jarvis's mom stood at the stands. And you're moving it fast. It's okay.
Sorry.
One hand clasped to her face, the other her heart. And every mom who was ever sent their boys to these games was right there with her. The Pearland players took a knee. Eventually, so did Shelton. Seconds seemed like hours on one knee. Shelton was totally alone with his thoughts, but going through his mind were the words of the umpire immediately after Jarvis had gone down. Oh my God, the umpire had said. Finally, they helped Jarvis to his feet. On replay, you can see how the ball had hit the helmet in a good spot. It got more helmet than anything else. Jarvis had been more frightened than anything. He trotted down to first, but now the trouble with Shelton. Scroll up. Scroll up. Before the pitch had only one thought: battle, win, battle. The words of the coaches. Now, the only words he could hear in his mind were the words of the umpire. Oh my God. Dude, where are you at? Where's it at?
What do you mean?
I lost it because it's delayed. It's delayed. That's why it's delayed.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
And just like that, he started to cry. He was standing in the mound crying, and nobody went to him. Not his teammates, not his coaches. Then one person got to him. Isaiah Jarvis left the first base, threw off his helmet, walked to him, and hugged him. That hug said, "It's okay." It was just Shelton that needed that particular moment. I am sure that his mom wanted to rush out there and hug her boy Isaiah. Isaiah took care of that for her because Shelton was so big of a kid and big heart. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He didn't want to hear the umpire say, "Oh my God," over something he did. He was there to play baseball and make new friends. He hadn't bargained for this. The game resumed, so somebody won, somebody lost. One team went to Williamsport, the other packed their bags and went home. It will all be forgotten, but that moment of perfect sportsmanship will live on forever as there is a human competition. Before the tournament, Isaiah Jarvis and his biggest dream was to make Sports Center. I think that's going to happen. His name is Isaiah. In the book of Isaiah, it is a famous passage among coming quickly to the rescue. I will sustain you and I will rescue you. It's almost perfectly symbolic that a boy named Isaiah would come quickly to the rescue and do it when it was most needed. Sportsmanship. Bam!
Thank you.
That was a long friggin' thing to read.
I know.
But I saw that on SportsCenter, all over the internet, all over Facebook. The dude, like, he was completely distraught, crying. Dude, that was amazing. That gave me goosebumps when I saw that. That was awesome.
Thanks for reading. Like Drake said, grammar's not my first. Reading.
Hey, Justin, same here, dude. I would pre-read it.
Grammar's not my first. It's just not. Listen to me. I know we're 3 minutes over. I do want to say one more thing. While I'm here at my house, Christian LeBron's here working on my project. He walked in, gave me 2 $100 bills for the Guardian project. I talked about this yesterday in the meeting, and I want to talk about it one more time. The Guardian project is a sleeve that goes over a helmet, okay? It goes over a helmet. Good old Ridgewood Rams. It goes over a helmet, and it reduces the impact by 30%. Our goal at the Hub Pro or our goal in Tampa Bay or in our Pasco County community should be that every school is mandated to have these protective coverings over a helmet for these kids in practice, so it reduces concussions. We, as a hub, are going to get one team because it's not cheap. It's about $3,000 to $3,500 per team. I spoke to the directors over at the Guardian program. Today, I am sending them a check to get 64 of these helmets, and we're going to donate them. The hub is donating them to River Ridge High School, and they're going to be the first high school in Pasco County to have these Guardian helmets over their heads. And I am going to do everything in my power, and I hope you guys come on this journey with me, that we mandate this for Pasco County, and eventually I'm going to get to Ron DeSantis, and I promise these are going to be mandated for the state of Florida, because we need to protect our student athletes. We need to protect their brains. We need to protect them. I'm telling you right now, guys, I've had multiple concussions over the years. Bad. I've lost speech. I've had hallucinations. These are things that all happen to me because of the game of football. And I would never change that for anything. Football changed my life, but we have to protect the youth. And I'm telling you right now, the Guardian program, where it's going to be at. So I'm glad, Justin, you did sportsmanship, because this kind of went right into it.
Ties it all together. Yeah, it was a little long, but it was such a good post. But all right, guys. Hey, Drake, thanks again for coming on here, man. And talking about your business and Southern Landscape Solutions and video and all of it. And thank you, Reagan, for reading.
It was so long. I'm like, that is the longest speech ever. But I will tell you this, whoever wrote that, a very creative writer, very creative writer, and writes with passion. So here's a little bit more tip for the day. Learn creative writing. All of you, go to Toastmasters, go to creative writing classes, learn that skill set, and watch your business take off as well. I'm going to end it with that.
All right. Thank you, guys. See y'all.
Love you.
Have a good day.